10 o'clock hour here, and it's a decisive weekend for Nigeria's political calendar as voters in select constituencies across the country head to the polls in crucial by-elections. Now, from Edo to Kano, Anambra to Oyo, and several others, the Independent National Electoral Commission has deployed both sensitive and non-sensitive materials, including over 7,700 BVAS machines across 10 states. 16 seats in both the Senate and House of Representatives are up for grabs, setting the stage for what could be a preview of the political battles ahead of 2027 general elections. INEC says it is ready. Political parties are in a last-minute push mode, and the atmosphere is in many locations, is tense, but hopeful.
So this morning, live updates from our correspondents on the ground. First, we have Victor Mbadike. He joins us live from Bujija in Oyo State. Victor, I can see that you are just outside and in front of a polling unit. Tell us, what's the latest with you?
Absolutely. Of course, the election is currently going in about 12 wards right now in the North Federal constituency, with about 5 political parties at least participating in the election. And of course, like you rightly said, this is Bodija. We're just right opposite the Islamic Center, observing the electoral proceedings. Of course, behind me, it's clear. Not many people are turning up, but we've had a few persons who had come around to participate in the elections already. Let's also put it in the background that this is it's not the major election like a lot of people would think. It's just a replacement of the deceased Honorable Musli Akiremi, who passed on in 2024. Representing the North Federal constituency, who had actually served 2 terms. So INEC is just trying to replace that vacant seat. So, of course, coming down to this place, you expect that a lot of people will not be outside because there have been restrictions already in Ibadan North, particularly Ibadan North and some other rural and urban areas. But we see that some pocket of persons still straying about doing their stuff with a lot of roadblocks by security agents. Of course, back to Bodija. Bodija is one of the epicenters of Ibadan City, very close to the Agodi, that's the Secretariat of the Governor's Office. So behind me, let's quickly talk to Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph is here with me. Mr. Joseph, of course, just rightly, exercise his own franchise too. He might be speaking Yoruba language, so if you don't mind. Okay, he can also speak in English language, but if after he wants to speak in English, Yoruba language, we'll try as much as possible to interpret to you. Mr. Joseph is here with me. He just exercised his own franchise. So you should tell us exactly how the exercise was, the process, the challenges, if there are any, and then we'll find out and see how we can go from it. Good morning to you, Mr. Joseph.
Good morning.
So please tell us your name and what's the process here so far?
My name is Olaya Joseph. I'm a voter, and the process is quite easy. I have voted, and it's not stressful at all.
Okay. You just had that. He said the process has not been stressful at all. It's still early days here, to be honest. We can always wait in the next few hours to see if the situation would be maintained in, as smooth as this. Would nobody praise for any serious chaos or disruptions or challenges or whatsoever. But at the moment, this is exactly what it is. So, Mr. Joseph, once again, what do you expect out of these elections? Because we know that over time, there's been a bunch of complaints about issues here and there about elections in the battle. What are you expecting?
Kudos to the organizer at Independent Electoral Commission. All the complaints that people have been making in the past, I think they have adjusted. Because I've been voting in this particular Independence Square for over 10 years, and I've known a lot of experience. But today, it's stress-free, and we are expecting a lot of people to come out. Because normally this area is an elite area. A lot of people are around, but because it is early morning, they are still at home doing one thing or the other. In the afternoon or towards the evening, many people are still coming out.
Well, thank you so much. Mr. Olani, can I talk to you now? Thank you so much. We also have Mr. Olani, who said he had also voted a few moments ago. And let's ask him now what the process was like. And permission, he might be speaking Yoruba language. Mr. Olani. ẹ sọ fún wa báwo ni process ń ṣe wà so far.
ṣe láti dìbò èmi ti dìbò ń tèmi so a ní láti expect àwọn yòókù wa tó ń bọ̀ láti wá dìbò. so
ṣé kò sí any challenge there?
kò sí challenge kankan ibi wà peaceful gbogbo ẹ̀ ń lọ ní ìrọwọ́rọsẹ̀.
bàtà débísìn a rí pé kò sí many people ní ìgbà yìí.
mi pé ibi tá a wà yìí Bódìjà ni so àwọn alákọ̀wé yẹn ó kù díẹ̀ tó bá ṣe díẹ̀ sí àwọn ẹ̀ máa jáde láti wá dìbò gbọ́n mi pé àwa tá a jẹ́ olóṣèlú yẹn àwa ti jí débi láti sáré wá dìbò tiwa tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn.
Okay, so he's saying that you may have noticed that we don't have so many people at this particular polling center, polling center 30, and he's saying that it's because it's an area where the elites usually. Where you have the elites, most elites. So, but give it a few hours, a lot of persons will be coming out to vote, and that's one. On the other side, he also said the president has been free and fair with no hitches of whatsoever kind at all. So basically, he's had a smooth ride, and he has also voted Judith.
Many thanks. We appreciate you, Victor. So far, we understand from what we saw behind you there, we saw the use of the BVAS, that's the biometrics verification device there to use to verify one of the voters. We saw behind you. And it seems that that's going to be used. Do you also see any glitches in terms of verification so far?
Of course, like if you look very closely, it's of course that's one of the INEC provisions for these elections. Nothing has changed, whether it's governorship, whether it's presidential, whether it's local government, whether it's House of Reps or Senate. It still remains the same. BVAS will continue to be used, and so far, voters says they've not experienced any issues of any kind, so they don't have any reason to doubt the credibility of the elections. And we hope that it remains like that, because when such issues come up, it paints a glimpse picture of the electoral process in general. So we do not hope that it turns out the other way around. But so far, the BVAS machines and every other electoral machines used for these elections are currently working to the optimal.
Victor, I'm also here. It's not just Judith, just so you know. But Victor, please do tell us now, with the sparse outing that we're seeing, even if it's an elite area, like you have just said, how much awareness was there for the by-elections at Bódìjà in Oyo State generally? Because many people are saying that there wasn't much. So we want to verify from you how far true that is. If you've spoken to any of the electorates, the voters, regarding the level of awareness put out by INEC, what have they said?
Well, do not forget that this election is basically for the Ibadan North local government. It has nothing to do with the entire states of Oyo, so it's more like an isolated election where only some communities would really be interested, or some communities like, Bódìjà, for instance, will be part of the election. So you don't expect persons who are outside of this community or local government to be part of the elections. However, of course, they've also been informed about the election, but you know how it is, whether it's Ibadan, Lagos, or Enugu, we rarely see people come out, for elections, let alone, a by-election as it is. But you can always expect clusters of persons to come out to exercise a franchise. So it's not a question of whether they were informed or the awareness was low or high. Whether it is high or low, it's immaterial. The locals already know exactly what they want and what they want to do. And that's what we are seeing so far. But like I said, it might still be early days. In the next couple of hours, we might be having, many of them coming out. I've seen several times where elections begin at 8 and you don't get to see people, but by 12:01 they're all beginning to come out. So sometimes they take their time, do whatever they want to do in their houses. Some play football on the streets, and when they feel it is time for them to come out to vote, they all come out to vote. So clearly they all know what is going on. They all understand the importance of this election. They all know what it means to vote in their candidates to replace the deceased Muslim who died last year. So it's not a question of whether they know or they do not know. We've spoken to a few of them, and they already admitted that they will be here to carry out their franchise, although you may have to give them some time. But you really can't force people to come out at any time they want to. After the election will still continue up until 3 p.m.
Victor, thank you. We appreciate you for the update. We will definitely come back to you for more update. The day is quite early, like you said. Let's see how the turnout will be by another hour and even by 12 noon. Once again, thank you, Victor Mbadike there from Bódìjà there.